Now guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode of this RB Leipzig career mode. And today we got some housekeeping to do before we get into the game. First game of the episode being Man City. Going to be a very tough one, that. And a good opportunity for us in the group. PSG have had a really bad start to that group, so it's a good opportunity for us in the group just to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room between ourselves and PSG. But first of all, at the start of the video, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. So first of all, thank you very much for the support so far on the videos. Also, just want to say that there is a new schedule for the series. I didn't really outline a schedule anyway, but I just think Monday to Friday at 6:30 p.m. are the best days to upload this series. At 6:30 p.m. UK time, of course, so you might have to figure that out wherever you're watching from, because I know there's people that watch from around the world, which is super cool. I love that. But anyway, so that's going to be the upload time, and it's going to be Monday to Friday. If there's any other videos chucked in, they will be in there with it. Saturday, no upload. I'm going to take Saturday off. What a lot of you probably don't know is I actually stream 5 days a week as well over on Twitch. A lot of Football Manager, and that's quite taxing doing 5 days there and then trying to put 7 videos out. Sometimes I just need to unwind on an evening, and Saturday's a good day for me because, you know, football's on, so I could chill out and watch the football, and it's pretty easy. So there'll be a video on Sunday, but it will not be this series. I don't know what video it'll be. I think this Sunday or this Sunday that is going to just happen will be Everton rebuild. So maybe Sundays just become a day where I put up a rebuild. But anyway, it's going to be a different video on Sundays, and then yeah, that's where we're at with the series. Now, you guys actually used the Ask Yorkie, and there was a few questions in that last video, so we're going to go through them. I will be looking over here, but I'm looking over here. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just reading the questions. So the first question that we have been asked is, are you going to sign Ivan Toney? And to be 100% honest with you, this man's dedication to trying to get me to sign Ivan Toney makes me want to sign him. But no, not in this career mode, I'm afraid. He just doesn't suit RB Leipzig, and I am sure, in fact, I will guarantee you, at some stage this year, we will use Ivan Toney, just for you. Now, the next question was, any chance we see Daka here at RB Leipzig? And, I mean, that is a really good question, to be honest with you. Would I like to bring him here? I really would. I really would bring him back to another Red Bull team. I loved using Daka so much. If you don't know about Daka, you're new to this series, check him out in the Leicester series. He's arguably the best striker I've used on the game this year. I've never scored as many hat-tricks or just generally as many goals with anyone as I have when I got to use Patson Daka. So who knows? Maybe, but it depends how he gets on at Leicester. That was it for Ask Yorkie, but we got another really good question. Well, it wasn't even a question. It was basically saying some guidelines of how we should do the same. So I wanted to address it on the video because I think it makes more sense to address it on the video. Now, so it says to keep the series realistic, which we do try and keep it semi-realistic. When I say realistic, it does depend on what happens in the game world, but we do try and keep it realistic in some way to perform. So the first one is less than 80 rated. I kind of like this, but then that destroys the idea that RB Leipzig have just signed Andre Silva. So I think we can sign players over 80 rated. They just have to be from smaller teams. Maybe even we just say smaller teams in Germany. But they signed Andre Silva in the summer, and he was 82, 83 rated. So having that set as 80 rated, I'm not sure. I just don't think it works fully. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just going to go out and sign a bunch of unbelievable players. We are going to try and stick to the Leipzig way, but they do pick up, like a lot of German sides, well, like the top German sides, we should say, good players from smaller teams in the league. So I think we should allow ourselves to still do that, like the Andre Silva situation. Now, the next part of it was market value less than 40 million, and I actually quite like this one. I don't know if we'll stick to 40 million. We'll see what happens, but I think that's a really good guideline for us to work upon. 40 million is actually a very big chunk of money, especially to a team like RB Leipzig. I don't imagine that they would really ever spend over that, or much over that, depending on their situation. They like to build with you. So yeah, I mean, 40 million seems like a really good situation for us and something we could stick to. And play some other RB clubs, and I mean, we've already scouted a bunch of players from the other RB clubs. Well, to be honest with you, there is really only RB Salzburg we can do. We looked at RB New York, and there just wasn't really anybody there. But the chances are some of these RB Salzburg players will be brought to the club fairly soon. And of course, we're looking at young players anyway. If you look at the only signing we've made so far, which was Yunus Musa, who has hit the ground running here in this Leipzig team, he was just a young player in the US. So that is definitely going to be the plan to build with youth. I actually really like the idea of signing players outside the top 5 leagues. But at the end of the day, we have to go with what fits the team. But again, I mean, you can see from the list that there is a theme of player that we're trying to go for. There is a style of player that we are trying to go for. And Young is definitely in that. It depends what happens, right? Kostic, if Frankfurt have a terrible season, I don't see any reason why at 84 rated we couldn't sign Kostic. It would depend on his price, obviously, and what we can negotiate. But I don't see any reason why we couldn't sign him, because again, we've signed one of Frankfurt's best players already. Andre Silva had such a great time. But anyway, I wanted to clear that up. Any more questions, feel free to ask Yorkie in the comments and we'll answer them on the videos. I don't want to fully go into press conference mode. I don't think we'll get enough questions. Like I said, there was only 2 this week and then I turned another one into something I wanted to answer on the videos. Also, all that kind of feedback, absolutely love it. It's brilliant, especially when you guys get into detail like me as well. It's fantastic. There's a lot more detail that goes on behind the scenes with the tactics and stuff like that. I just don't put it all into the videos because I mean, it would be pretty boring. I don't want to bore you guys. But anyway, that's enough for the rambling at the start of the video. Once again, if you're new around here and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, make sure to smash it. Let's get into the first game against Manchester City. Here we go then, guys. This is going to be a squad for the Man City game. They're playing Riyad Mahrez up top because, why not? Why not? You got to do some crazy stuff sometimes. When you're Pep Guardiola and you're top of the Champions League group, why not get a little bit wacky against RB Leipzig? We're going to try and hit them as quick as possible on the counter. Hopefully we can do well in the centre of the park and win the ball back. Of course, we've got a couple of centre mid injuries. Well, Haidara now is injured. Ampel is actually on the bench, lacking sharpness, but we'll get him back there and hopefully we can bring him on today. I mean, even Mahrez down the middle, it's still a really dangerous front three for Man City. Do love a rainy day on FIFA. I do like a rainy day. We're at the RB Arena today as well, so home advantage for us. This would be massive if we can, I mean, to be honest, just take anything from this. Take a point, obviously. If we could get the free, huge. But I would really just settle for a point at this stage. I mean, that's the start of the game, right? I think everyone would settle for a point against Man City at the start of the match. But if we have a really good performance, like we did against PSG, to be fair to us, we settle really slowly. And we already know Man City are easy over the top. Silva's shot is saved, but that is just a brief warning for Man City. And really what we're going to try and do in this game today, just pump it over the top against them, because we already know their back line sits so far up. After playing them several times in the Premier League saves, that we can actually do some damage in behind against them today. Osterman there doing really well. Oh, I've got some movement here now. I'm going to go back out wide to Angelino. Ex-Man City, sorry. I know they said ex-Man United there. Wasn't a good enough ball in. We will recoup it. Angelino again. That's not a bad ball in. Dani Olmo just past the post. Of course, with Dani Olmo, Man City could be the destination for him. We don't know who's going to come in for him in January. I would probably try and hold off until the summer with someone like him. I don't really want to risk it until the summer, but you never know. When you've got players like we've got, and the big teams will come in for them, it's going to be very, very difficult to say no if the bid is big enough. Oh, that's a great ball to Mahrez, and that's 1-0 Man City. We switch off, and just like that, Man City punish us. That was frustrating. Can we have a little bit less of that? We just switched off, didn't we? And can't switch off against Man City. There's one team you really can't switch off again. Dani Olmo now. Put that ball over to Nkunku. He do. I can pull that back. I think I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I can pull that back. Silva. With Nkunku. To Silva. The problem is here is working a shot at goal. Man City at that stage had numbers back. We need to be attacking them without letting them get numbers back. Man City here seems to have just settled into that groove. That groove of just being able to control the game, pass the ball about, have a bit of fun with it, really. De Bruyne, well blocked. He's going to receive it back, and then maybe back again. I just don't know where to cut the pass out here at the moment. Well in Klosterman, but we're not going to get to it. It's all Man City at the moment. Collect that, Galashi. Lovely. Not a bad start to the match, really, for us. I think there's goals in this as well. We're going to Auburn. No, we're not. Not going to Auburn. We will win it back, though. Nkunku. Good ball to Lima. It's just, where's my options now, isn't it? Again, I'm just playing where's my options. Silva. Oh, that's nice. Forsberg. Oh, needed to get more whip on it. Rodri now. Mahrez. I just don't like it when they're on the ball. Oh, I don't like that either. We might just get to it, though. Bruyne. You're going to keep it. Mahrez. We can't afford a second to go in here, really. I'm not sure we've got enough about us to come from 2 down. Grealish now. Don't let him get the ball across. I feel a little bit sluggish. Gabby Jesus, well blocked Lima. De Bruyne now. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. We are going to get it away. No, we're not going to get it away. We're not going to get it away. Ilkay Gundogan. Now we go to Grealish. This is absolute chaos for me. This is my worst nightmare. Now will we get it away? We will. Oh, the whistle's going to go. I mean, there might have been a break on there, but you have to see how deep we ended up being sat. We've escaped the first half, I guess, only 1-0 down, which means we're still in this game. We wanted new sliders, didn't we? We wanted to make it a bit more difficult again. And we have. I mean, it's worked a treat. We're getting far more difficult games. Far more intense games. Games that I'm really having to focus. Yeah, a little bit sweaty from time to time. And I had to do that in a while. Danny Olmo now. That wasn't the pass, was it, Danny? That was not the pass that we wanted from you, son. He's still got it. He's going to play it on to Nkunku. Nkunku now into Silva. Oh, my God, that's a terrible ball in. If Nkunku just gets a better pass in there, I would imagine we're saying 1-0. But we're not, are we? Because it wasn't a good enough pass. Gabby Jesus now against Klosterman. I knew he was going to try and cut inside. Managed to fend it off. Riyad Mahrez now. Good play between him and Grealish. And it's just getting the ball back off them. And this is like, you know, this is just what happens when you play against Man City. Well blocked. The goalkeeper dives still, and then he'll collect the football. Good now, finally getting a bit of space. I'll have to go inside, aren't I? I did go inside. Oh, there might actually be some room on for me here. Adams plays it in to Angelino's offside. Again, we just can't get anything going at the moment going forward. So Bernardo Silva's coming on. Bagging off. I mean, it's not bad, is it, for Man City? But they did brilliantly there to win that back. Gabriel Jesus. Riyad Mahrez now. Rodri. I just need to win the football. I just need to win the football. De Bruyne. I just don't want another goal to go in. I think we've got a goal in us. If we could just get the bloody football out and out of our feet and into a good position. That's my main issue at the minute. Our passing has been somewhat horrendous. Forsberg. That is a beautiful ball into Danny Olmo. Danny Olmo! And that's what I needed. That's all I needed. Just one of those moments where the passes worked. Forsberg into Danny Olmo. He might not be with us for too much longer, but we're going to make the most of having him right now, aren't we, lads? And we are 1-1 now with Man City and showing that fight we've got and exploiting that high line. Angelino's knackered, so he's going to come off. He's run a lot today. Sriracha will come on. Lovely sauces, Sriracha. Bit of spice to it, bit of kick. It's a nice sauce. You could put it on pretty much anything as well. A Sunday dinner. You couldn't put it on a Sunday dinner. Be sacrilege. You put Sriracha on a Sunday dinner, don't ever speak to me. In fact, unsub right now. But most stuff you could put Sriracha on. Anyway, being absolutely distracted by Sriracha sauce, we are going to try and not concede here. That is the aim and the game right now. Don't concede. They've done so well at breaking me down, but we've stuck in here, haven't we? We've dug him. Referee. He's come on and he's got a yellow. Did he slip? Did he? Studs up. Ridiculous. I mean, it just goes through the back of him. I mean, it's a classic red card. Raheem Sterling's coming on now for Man City. Similar caliber of players coming on for us. Campbell's going to come back on, try and get that sharpness up, and Moose is coming on as well. There is time left for a winner. I don't know if it's us that gets the winner, but I'm just saying there's time left for a winner. And when Moose has been on the pitch 5 seconds, and that's the move he's making, and that's the ball he's playing, and that's the goal we're scoring, Musa he's been sent from God. I absolutely love Musa. We're definitely going to track his career in real life. I'm hearing he's really promising. He's bloody good on FIFA. He makes a perfect run, delivers a perfect ball to Silva, and we are actually beating Man City here. A game that they've dominated. Well, that's a massive moment in this match. Massive moment in this Champions League group as well. Let's be 100% honest. That blows the group wide open. And we're relying on Musa again, but I don't mind. I'll rely on this youngster. He's absolutely unreal. Now, we did this against PSG, and it all fell apart right at the end. Can we avoid that today? Mahrez now. What a block there by Orban. And this is where we could be trouble. Silva just couldn't get out of his feet quick enough. We have struggled in those situations. It's been a bit hard for us. Musa now up against Grealish. Oh, Grealish has done really well. Don't like this. Do not like it. What's going to happen here? João Cancelo now on the football. We've got Grealish back on the ball. He's a menace, isn't he? But he hasn't put any decent balls in today, which makes me not so worried. I pulled him out of position there. That was the mistake I shouldn't have made. And well in Campbell. He's back on the pitch. Can we clear it? We can. Down to Campbell. Oh, that was nearly really good. Oh, it's still really good. It's still really good. Sriracha, the sauce we all want. Sriracha across. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo. Ruben Dias gets there. Premiership Player of the Year. But it doesn't matter because we win 2-1 here against Manchester City in the home game. I'm over the moon with that. Pep Guardiola's fuming, isn't he? Booming, but we have won it and I am happy. There were some really good performances out there today, but this lad has not been given the match rating that he deserves. Without him, this does not happen. That assist is all important. Yes, Dani Olmo's player of the match, not a problem with that, but this guy deserves way more than what he's got today. Unbelievable stuff from Musa, coming on and changing the game. So after that Man City game, we did sim this game here against Grutherfurth. We rotated massively because we got Hertha Berlin in the middle of next week in the Pokal, the first round, and I wouldn't mind doing well in the Pokal. I imagine that's most likely the only trophy we can win this season. We'll see what happens, who knows, but that's the one that I'm earmarking, like, that is the trophy we might win. We get a victory in what looked like probably the all-time most boringest game. 2 shots for us, 1 for them, both classed as chances. They're 15th in the league, so I mean, we should beat them, but huge rotation. Brian Brobby bagging himself the goal, though. Love to see it. As I said, just 3 days later, we take on Hertha, and then we take on Frankfurt. And I'm excited about the Frankfurt game because we nearly managed both of these teams, so we're going to take on 2 sides that we nearly ended up managing ourselves. Now, we're having a pretty decent season, but these are going to be 2 difficult games, and of course, you know, this would happen to me. A couple of days after Frankfurt, we play Man City, and a few days after that, we played Borussia Dortmund. So, I mean, pile on the fixtures. Thank you, FIFA. Thank you very much. It's a rough patch for us, but I mean, it does test the quality of our rotation pieces in the team. Right, so this is the starting 11 here to take on Hertha Berlin. It's decently strength. We're still rotating here and there, because again, the games are just coming thick and fast, so just expect that. Hertha Berlin have got a decent side. I would have changed probably quite a lot to do with Hertha Berlin, to be honest with you. We've got a decent budget and a massive team. It's going to be Selke up top today. Let's see how we get on. I think we should be beating them, to be honest with you. But again, if we went out of the Pokal, would it be the end of the world? We are having a very good season in the league at the moment. We are top. I'm not sure it stays that way. We haven't played Dortmund yet. There's some huge games still to play in the Bundesliga. I mean, I think Frankfurt will be very difficult for us. Hoffenheim are having a good season as well. That'll be difficult. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. What's important here is trying to get a win, I think. Just try and get a win. We're going to go similar to what we did against Man City. Just try those lovely balls in behind. Red card. Can we get a red card in the opening minute? Oh, that would have been fantastic, wouldn't it? Very much the start of the game. Red card for Hertha Berlin. Been all over that. He's walking a bit of a tightrope now. Is that young man? A bit of a tightrope. I'm going to play this into Poulsen. Back to Silva. Going to find Poulsen and try to fire off the shot. I mean, we might have to work the ball a little bit more in this one today. That's a good ball over. Just don't have the height, does he? And Nkunku does not. I think if that's Poulsen there, that might even have been a goal. Oh, this is good play. We've got the overload. We've got the overload. Silva! 1-0 RB Leipzig. Let's go, lads. Silva again is proving to be a star. A superstar. I mean, his goal record in the Bundesliga is pretty tasty anyway, isn't it? But I mean, he's having a pretty good time for us at the moment. That's 2 in this episode. Poor start from Hertha Berlin. And I could kind of feel it when they started with the terrible foul. And that's another bad pass from the man that actually committed the foul. Silva now will hold that up. Poulsen. Oh, he's got the option. Jabozalai is in there. That could be 2. Oh, my God. That is just beyond the post. That should have been 2-0. And we should have been cruising in this game. They've just started so poorly. I have to imagine they're going to settle at some point, though. You do have to imagine at some point they're going to settle down and pull themselves back into the game, especially if we don't put the match beyond them. Now, we just need bodies to start making their way forward. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. Bozlai. Bozlai! What a save! Bozlai. Not a bad ball out to Adams. That's not a bad ball out to Adams, but it's a good save. The keeper's on form, and they need it at this stage. There's not many teams that have performed this badly in the opening stages against me. Freiburg was one of them, I guess. But, I mean, this performance so far has been shocking. Lehmer! Oh, another great save. Well, the pressure is so telling. Surely a goal is coming. It's blocked off the line. How are they stopping us from scoring? Lehmer again. Oh, he's hit the post. He's hit the post, lads. We just can't score. Adams now, what can he do? Oh, he's not going to do all with that, is he? Living on the edge, aren't they, Hertha Berlin? But I still feel like if we don't punish them right now, we're going to end up paying for this. Genuinely, I don't understand what's going on. It's like I've turned on amateur. 84% possession to their 16. When you think about how difficult that Man City game just was, in terms of getting ourselves on the ball, and that's how the AI play. They just kind of work the way forward. It's unreal, 18%. And they just keep giving me the ball back. Silva's done really well with that. Oh, he's found on Kunku. And there we go. We needed it, and we've got it. 2-0 RB Leipzig. We will go in at half-time. 2 goals to the good, which is fantastic for us. We'll see if they've got anything else to offer in that second half, but it's been a very slow burner for them at the moment. They've done very little. Start the second half, and they've made a sub already. Seydar's coming on. I mean, you can't blame them, can you, for the performance that we've seen so far from them. That he's coming on the pitch. That just doesn't shock me at all. And we'll see if they can just come up with anything this second half. They score a goal, and the way momentum swings, as we've said loads of times on FIFA, they're right back in the game. So, I mean, it's not over if they score. That's a terrible pass from Yusuf Poulsen. It's a good opportunity for us. I don't like that. And Alban will clear it. Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, I don't know how we've made that. Vardiol's made a mistake, but Selke might have made a mistake there. Ridiculously heavy touch from him. And cancels out our mistake. Go out wide there to Angelino. Angelino just whipped that one back across. Silva! Oh, he gets his head on it. It's a poor mistake. And they just... I thought they weren't going to get that away. I thought we were going to win that back. Seydar now brings it forward. This second half has been... it's been really dull, to be honest with you. There's not really been much to talk about this second half. It's been a bit of a dud, but we've got the lead, so I haven't really been trying to overextend myself because, as I expected, they have come out the second half playing much better. I think when we look at the possession, you'll probably see that they've dominated basically all possession this second half, but we've just done what we did against Man City and just defended really well. That's not a bad ball in, though, and Prince will head it over the bar. I believe that's Kevin Prince Boateng. This is a decent ball here to Piontek. I mean, we've driven him super wide, and he's like, very difficult. Oh my god, that's a perfect ball, and what defending that is from Alban. He's so good for us. Poulsen now. Oh, this could be dangerous. Could be dangerous. Suppose light. Waited and waited. And then found the perfect pass. Angelino now. I want Poulsen. No, I wanted Poulsen. I'm still going to get Poulsen. Oh, what a save. He's offside. I wanted the initial cross to go into Yusuf Poulsen, who would have been onside. But there we go. It is a 2-0 victory in the end. Again, Hertha Berlin that second half were a much better team. A much better team than the first half. I don't know what happened. It just didn't really come out in that first half and offer anything. We had so many opportunities. At that stage where they'd had 16% possession, that was really shocking. But you can see at the end of the game, it ended quite even. They just didn't do anything in that first half. That first half just ruined it for them. We are currently top of the league as well. Wolfsburg behind us by 3 points. Bayern Munich close behind us. And Frankfurt in 5th. So this is actually a really big test today to see if we can beat Frankfurt and keep the dominance going. Bear in mind as well, Man City coming up after this, Borussia Dortmund coming up after this. This is a really important league game. We got them. Final game of the episode up against Frankfurt. I know that they've got a good team. We've been watching Kostic. They've got an unbelievable team. Rafael Santos Borré, who they signed to replace Silva, in real life is doing all right at the moment. Couple of goals against Borussia Dortmund recently. Got to watch that game. And Kamada I've always been a fan of. So this could be a difficult game. This really could be a difficult game. The experience of Timothy Chandler there down the wing. Musa starts for us in this one. Hopefully he can have a big effect. Andre Silva, of course, in this one as well, playing against his old team. So, I mean, there's that narrative. He's on fire at the moment as well. Can he make it 3-3? In terms of played games in this episode? I'm hoping so. I am really hoping so. Kostic, though, he's going to be an issue. They've got a lot of threats going forward. I fear this Frankfurt team a lot more than I fear that Hertha Berlin side we've just played against. I think this Frankfurt team is a lot better than that Hertha Berlin team we just played against. There's no love lost there between Chandler and Silva, though, to kick this one off, is there? I think they might control the football in this. But we've kind of let teams do that this season and then dominated in this kind of position. Go on then, Andre Silva. Oh my god, Forsberg, that's beautiful. Andre Silva's gone through. Andre Silva! Oh, it's got to be 1-0. Kevin Trapp saves it. I think we should be cheering there, shouldn't we? We've scored a lot of early goals today and we are going to be cheering and it is going to be Andre Silva. And of course, I will not celebrate. I do feel like Frankfurt, after the poor time he had at Milan, really gifted him an opportunity to showcase his skills. Frankfurt are good at that. Sebastian Haller, who is very good at Ajax, by the way. And also Luka Jovic, one of my all-time favourites. I hope we sign him on one series. Luka Jovic as well. So we're not going to celebrate with Andre Silva, but what a header that is. Pick that one out. And we get so much better at corners. Actually a threat now. When I get a corner, I'm actually a threat. 6 goals in 8 games for Andre Silva. Really good goal return. Well, that's a bright start to the game. And we do that, don't we? We have these bright starts to games. Can they stay, though? Again, I'm really worried about this Frankfurt side. Kostic now down the wing. We do have some decent players up on him. Mukiele. There's a reason Mukiele is at that right back position. For the pace to deal with Kamada. To deal with both of them. This is a good play. Oh my God. Beret just puts it past the post. Imagine if we sold Andre Silva. And then signed Beret. Just imagine that in the future. If we go that far. Musa. Nice lovely play for Musa. That's great for Silva. Oh, it's 2 just like that. And that is exactly what we're trying to do with this RB team. Hit teams on the break. And Silva. Oh, I celebrated. I'm sorry. Sorry, Frankfurt fans. We didn't celebrate the first one. It was just natural reaction in me celebrating. I celebrated with him. But this is a great ball in for Musa. Again, good chest down. Really good control Silva has. And it's a lovely finish. It's a very tidy finish. Just on the inside of the post from Silva. Beats trap. Really good goalkeeper trap. Well, one of the games I looked at here as one of the hardest, and they nearly did just score Frankfurt, is proving to, just work. This tactic just works, though, and I think a lot of that has to be down to it, and we've got players that suit it. We're very heavy loaded at the back. We've got a lot of talent at the back, and then we've got pace out wide, and that's how we win games with this formation. Oh, that's terrible. But that's how we win games with this formation, you know. That's exactly how we do it. We're all out of position here. This could be really bad. Kamada back inside. Lammers still got it outside to Chandler. Not really too worried about him scoring. I'm worried about that cutback. Hooray! Lammers fires off the shot. I don't know why Galaski dove, but he does collect the ball in the end. So quickly, just to show you the sliders, just in case anyone's wondering, this is what we're rocking at the minute. Of course, when you see the user stuff, the pass speed and... Oh, I've got that wrong. The pass speed and the sprint speed are the same, and so is the acceleration. But aside from that, you know, their pass error's down, so they should be better at passing the football. Their shot error is up, though, but you do still see them score the screamers when they have the opportunities. But their shot error is up. Their goalkeeper ability is up 1. Their marking is down a little bit. Now, the reason for their marking being down is so that they stand off me more. I find it much harder to break teams down. That's why you see me have far more long shots that I'm not scoring. I find it much harder to break teams down than if they press close to me. If they get really tight to me, I find it really easy to pass it to the open man and break in behind. So that's why the marking is down. And so far that's worked. It's made it more difficult. And then the run frequency is at 42. We'll have to keep tweaking it. Of course, my injury severity is up. The injury frequency is up and severity is down. I haven't really got many other stuff. My marking is down. I thought that would help us a little bit. I don't really know with that one with the user because I'm controlling, and then the first touch control error is 58 for both of us. I actually now put the AIs down to like 56. We've been running these sliders for a while, and like I say, when you play against Man City, PSG, you've seen the games Bayern Munich, it's extremely difficult. But against these smaller teams, it's not as hard. The opposition still keep the ball a lot better. This could be bad. Kostic! Oh, just as I speak about the sliders. Frankfurt are right back in the game. The man we were looking at, Kostic. We really wanted him. Unfortunately, he scored the goal past us. But we will keep tweaking sliders because I want it to be difficult. And I know you guys want this to be difficult. And I want that as well. I want that to be the case. I don't want us to blow out. There's no fun in me blowing out. My favourite games so far have been the PSG game, the Man City game earlier in this episode, the game that we had against Bayern Munich was super fun. I really enjoyed that. I enjoy those really close games because they bring out the best results, the most entertaining. Oh, Forsberg could control that. But they bring out the most entertaining games, and that's exactly what I want on the channel. I don't want it to be easy. That would be just boring in my eyes. But yeah, we'll keep tweaking them. I'm still trying to keep them, I guess, moderately realistic. It's difficult, and as FIFA goes on, I'm getting better and better at the game, which makes it even easier for me. But I feel like we're getting somewhere. It will be really telling when we start managing a much worse team in the league we're in I've said it several times, but RB Leipzig are one of the better teams in the Bundesliga. We ran over. We scored a corner. Can we score a free kick? I'd love to. Oh, bad ball in. And their post with it. Didn't work for me. Musa. This is the good opportunity, but them standing off is really making it difficult for me. See, that's why I've got them standing off. It just makes it... It makes it more difficult to break them down. So I would recommend that as well. It all depends on how you play. But if you find it easy to pop off long shots and you're scoring goals that way and play neatly in between, then actually have them press you more. But I find it much easier when they mark me tighter because it just makes it easy just to one-touch pass on. It was a decent first half, but Frankfurt got themselves back in the game. And I said I needed to worry about them, and I do. So Klosterman winning that there is absolutely fantastic. Silva then dinking that over to Forsberg. That's lovely. Forsberg. Oh, I couldn't get it over. Rode with the block. That was a goal-saving block as well. Danny Olmo finishes them if that comes over. Go one corner. And we score another. Silva! Oh, we nearly do. Trapp saves it, and Silva is fuming. Absolutely fuming at himself. It feels like he should be taking the match ball here. What a save from Trapp. 2 all over him as well, and he still gets that header. Musa do here. He's got the pace to do this, hasn't he? He's got the pace to do this, and he's hit the post. He's really good at cutting inside like that. Campbell gets a block off, and now they can break. And this is where I'm a little bit worried now. Kostic, well in Samakam. Unbelievable defending from him there. Campbell now. Campbell now. Oh, that's lovely. Silva, touch. Oh, he goes in anyway. It rebounded and hits the back of the net, and Silva will get the match ball. I've celebrated again, and I should have celebrated again, but I can't help it. I get too excited when we score a goal, and I've celebrated twice. And sincerest apologies from myself and Andre Silva. What a ball over that is. Frankfurt have been very much in this... Oh, it's an own goal. It's not Andre Silva's goal, that. It's an own goal. I thought it came back off Andre Silva. It doesn't. It actually comes off... maybe the arm, maybe the top of the shoulder there of whoever the centre-back was. Yeah, Traore with the own goal. We will make some subs, though, when we next get a stoppage in play. And I hate to take someone off who is on a hat-trick. But at the end of the day, he needs to be rested. That's a bit unlucky for Frankfurt, who have fought really well in this second half. They've fought really well in this second half. And that's just a little bit unlucky for them, I feel. But nonetheless, I feel like we deserve it, you know? We put in these performances. Samaka? Oh my God, that would have been nutty. Imagine if he'd have put that in the back of the net. I'd have lost my mind. What a hit. It didn't take a deflection either. He meant that. He nearly caught Golaski off his line. It rattles off the crossbar. Well, that's a big one, lads. That is a big one. A victory here against Frankfurt. I mean, it was so much tougher than what the result says. But it was a really good performance from the lads again. We had to dig deep in moments. Andre Silva is a special, special player. I think this squad's going to look very different in January. In fact, I think this is arguably the best team we might get to use. Because when some of these big names go, with the new rules that we've kind of established at the start of the video, I'm not going to be able to just go out and replace them with the same quality of player, necessarily. So it could be really costly, but at the moment, we can't really afford to lose Andre Silva on absolute fire. 9 goals in 10 appearances. Now, I don't know if this continues the way it is, but it's been very good so far. Crazily, Musa is right behind him there, isn't he? The 18-year-old with 3 goals. A lot of these appearances are sub-appearances, so I do wish it showed that in FIFA. It didn't just show you appearances, because Andre has started every one of those 10 appearances. Musa's come off the bench a lot. He started a few games, but he's come off the bench a lot. And Kunku's in there, Poulsen's in there. Shabozalai actually started fantastically well, but has dipped down a little bit now. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good start to the season. We are top of the league, and we're top of the Champions League group, but with Man City coming next, I'm not sure. We did get a tiny bit lucky, didn't we, in that first game. We are as well top of the Bundesliga. But with a lot still left to play. We play Borussia Dortmund next time out. We haven't played Leverkusen yet. We haven't played Gladbach yet. We've still got so many big teams to play. We've got Hoffenheim coming up as well. But we can't really judge it on the sides we played against. Apart from Bayern Munich, who we didn't beat. It's hard to judge it against the teams we played against. It'll be a little bit better when we do play, you know, Borussia Dortmund, Leverkusen. See how we get on against those teams. And then see where we stand in the table. That's going to be it for this one, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to smash the like button. It means that these get seen by more people. Remember, 6:30, Monday to Friday for this RB Leipzig career mode. Appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you in the next episode.